All right, what is going on, everybody? How you doing? Good morning. It's a red day here in the market. Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Got some caffeine and ready for some crypto news. So, hope you're all doing very well. Thank you, Mason, for becoming a techie of the channel. And if you missed the giveaway, I think it just ended. Literally just ended. The Gleam.io giveaway that I was doing to give away some Bitcoin has ended. It got a lot of people saying it was a scam, which kind of was ticking me off, because how can a Gleam.io giveaway be a scam if I'm not giving away anything actual hardware? I was just giving away some Bitcoin, which is international, has no borders. And anyways, very weird, very weird. So, moving on, got some articles to cover, talk about different things here today. Bitcoin is up compared to where it has been, where it be. And of course, the market is getting a little bit enthusiastic, so to speak, right? So at the beginning of the week, which was the 20th, I would say the 20th to the 21st, obviously, around the 20th, we were at the 42K area, and now we pumped up about 2K, nothing too crazy, but still looking a little bit better. We're putting in higher highs, higher lows, stuff like that. On the 4 hour, on the daily, we're looking good. You can see that the 50 is trying to curve on up. We got multiple green days on the Bitcoin on the weekly. Obviously, Bitcoin's heavily correlated to certain assets, traditional stocks, stuff like that. But we'll see how things go. So first thing I want to talk about is the White House wants public comment on crypto's energy use and environmental impact. Now, the infrastructure plan, the bill, the executive order that Biden passed is wanting input from various entities on the whole energy situation. Obviously, you and I both know that a lot of the major farms are more green or much more green compared to the traditional mining operations that might run off of regular power that is not as green, coal driven, stuff like that. But it's really hard to fight this battle, right? Everybody's trying to be conscious of the climate situation. They're trying to go greener. We're going EV, we're doing this, we're doing that. But, the consequence of creating those batteries, right? The environmental issues that mining lithium and other rare earths can have on the environment is kind of counterproductive to the whole climate situation. So, mining itself, while we may be doing it on solar, hydro, wind, and stuff like that, the components used, or the manufacturing process, the actual process to get the materials needed to create these chips, GPUs, ASICs, FPGAs, whatever it may be, is not as conscious of the climate situation. Anyways, taking that into consideration, the White House Science and Technology team is seeking public commentary on crypto's impact on energy use and the climate. First off, my apologies. Good morning, everybody. Mason, Johannes, Gandalf Gray, some goblin loser, I don't know. That one guy Oz, Magic Lucky, and I know Crypto Mikkel and some of you guys may be coming over here shortly. Thank you in advance for everybody coming over. In its executive order on crypto issued earlier this month, President Joe Biden tasked the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, or the OSTP, with preparing a report on the potential for digital assets to impede or advance efforts to tackle climate change and the transition to clean and reliable electricity grid. According to the document published in the Federal Register on Friday, the energy impact of crypto, particularly of energy-intensive proof-of-work, crypto mining, has become a flashpoint in recent years as lawmakers around the globe have floated proposals to ban proof-of-work mining, citing environmental concerns. Industry proponents have pushed back against those concerns, claiming that the data used for crypto energy usage projections, some of which claim proof-of-work mining uses more energy than some industrialized nations each year, is unreliable or irrelevant. Crypto and blockchain technology has also been preferred as a potential solution for environmental challenges, including carbon accounting and reducing emissions from gas flaring. The OSTP's forthcoming report represents one attempt to get to the bottom of crypto's environmental impact. Interested parties have until May to share their thoughts with the White House. Now, linked in the description. Not only is these articles that I'm going to go through today's videos, but also where you can go and actually, reply, right? So interested parties or individuals or organizations should submit comments electronically to digitalassetRFI@ostp.eop.gov. You must include the subject line in this email of RFI response, climate implications of digital assets. Okay? So, obviously I would want you to, form a proper letter citing information, citing, facts, data, resources, whatever you got. It needs to be a professional letter, but I really hope that a number of people do take this opportunity. Additional information can also be directed to Nick Marta at 202-456-4444 or digital assets RFI at ostp.eop.gov. And you can see this goes on for quite a bit. Talking about the scope, the protocols, the hardware, the resources, the economics, so on and so forth. We talked about, how false some of the narratives are that some people are using, where they're saying that, cryptocurrency mining is very impactful on the climate. Yes, to an extent, because we're getting our energy, and depending on where our energy plants, we could be all green, but if the demand of electricity exceeds that of what the green resources are providing to us, they're going to burn coal, they're going to use XYZ, whatever. So as we go more nuclear, as we go more green with solar, hydro, wind, that should make the electrical grid much more efficient, for one, but two, also take and mitigate any climate concerns or issues that we might have. But the whole argument as mining should be banned because it hurts the environment, its impact on climate, is BS. A lot of the data is definitely wrong and irrelevant, but we got to prove it through citations and information, and it's cool that the government's even calling upon that to try to ask people for data. So I hope that some of the bigger organizations, some of the bigger crypto influencers and proponents of the industry do take the time to do that and provide that information to the White House. What's up, Pavel Golden Wolf? What's up, man? All right, so Ethereum's price hit 3.2K as the merge comes upon us. Everybody's very excited for the merge. People are getting very bullish. The week-long uptrend in cryptocurrency market has begun to awaken bullish crypto investors and the successful March 15th launch of the Ethereum merge on the Killian testnet has the community excited about the upcoming switch to proof of stake. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView shows that since the successful launch of Killian, the price of Ether has climbed 25% from 2,500 to a daily high of 3,193 or almost 3,200 on March 25th as traders look to lock in their positions ahead of the merge. And here's a little chart here. It's similar to what we're seeing here with Bitcoin. It's just the market being the market. I wouldn't say, the actual increase in price is all to do with the merge, but it's definitely, picking up, right? The biggest thing is, believe it or not, the interest in crypto is declining. Oh my God. Are you serious? I couldn't tell. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. But yes, when you have a lot of people pulling their money off the exchanges and not much liquidity, big purchases or even minute, not as big. Like me, I'm micro, right? If I go to buy Ethereum, I'm not going to do anything to the market. But as some of these big institutions and whales do bigger transactions, that can swing the price up or down relatively quickly as less and less money or liquidity is on the exchanges. According to Macro Hive, the prospect of being able to make a passive return on staked Ether will attract more investors into the space, while the transition to proof of stake will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95%. This in turn will help attract more institutional money into the Ethereum ecosystem as the environmental, social, and governance concerns, or ESG, around the energy consumption of mining proof of work are mitigated. Same argument that the White House wants to get more information on. The merge will also have a notable impact on the circulating supply of Ether, as the net issuance will undergo a significant drop-off once completed, as block rewards are replaced with Ether stake yields. In short, what we're earning now as miners ain't going to be the same thing of what you're earning as stakers in Ethereum. Now, you may not have 32 Ethereum, which you do need 32 Ethereum to become a validator to stake Ethereum, but you don't need that. You can go to various applications, exchanges, whatever it may be, and stake with thousands or millions of other people to earn some sort of APY or interest on your Ethereum earnings. Just remember, not your keys, not your coins. When you keep money on said applications or wallets, if you do not have the private keys to that, something goes wrong, you could lose your crypto. However, things like Ledger do offer ways through Lido to stake your Ethereum. However, there are some negative implications about that as well. So, pick and choose what you want, the lesser of two evils, however it may go. Now, as I mentioned, all articles are featured in the description of this video, as well as various links. So make sure you check that out. So the next big business in crypto is staking, according to top experts. I agree, staking is taking off, right? So proof of work or proof of work mining is not as, how can I say this? It's not as interesting. For example, I'm seeing a lot of people, especially with the cost of hardware going up, I'm seeing a lot of people or having a lot of people come up to me and be like, okay, well, I got this much money. I want to buy some hardware so I can start mining. And I give them information, if you got this, this, and this, this is what you would get per day. Right now, at the current time in the market, this is how much you have to pay. And then they look at it and they're like, why don't I just, put my money into an NFT, or I put my money into staking, or I put my money into a new project. Yeah, that would work too. But then there's a chance that, that project would do bad, you lose your money. So you got to pick and choose which way you want to grow, right? First off, if you're mining, you got to take into consideration, do you have the electricity, especially at your house? Are you going to be doing it in a small office? Are you going to be doing it in a warehouse? Do you have the infrastructure in that location to support the power usage, to support the thermals, to support what you're going to do? If you do, then mining is good, because as Seb of FinTech says, you could always take that hardware and resell it, right? So you mine a bunch of the currency, you hang on to it, you sell it during a high, or take profits however you want, and then you can resell that hardware and then get out of mining completely. Whereas if I go in on a new cryptocurrency, if that currency goes to crap, then I lost all my money. There's nothing I could fall back on. Whereas at least I still have the hardware. If that currency goes to crap, I still have that hardware I could sell and recoup some of my investment. So I don't know. It's you can argue it for both ways, but we'll have to see how things go. So basically, people are saying, besides DeFi, dApps, and all that stuff, that staking is going to be big business. So David Lawent, I can't say his name, a director of research at Bitwise Asset Management, has his eye on the next big thing for the industry as a whole. We're expecting staking to become big business. And of course, it got rid of all my other stuff, but I really don't care about this article. You can read more about it. How do you feel about it? Do you think staking is going to become big business? With the merge coming upon us, and people already staking. What was it? How much Ethereum is staked? Let's see. How much Ethereum is currently staked? There was a big number. So over almost 1.2 million Ethereum has been staked. Liquid staking pools, Dune Analytics, September said Lido staking pool, okay. 5.35 billion of overall 29. So almost 30 billion in Ethereum is locked into ETH 2.0 staking contracts. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I wish I could make this bigger. I can't make this bigger. So it looks like Lido has a certain amount of ETH staked. Stakehouse is another one. STKE is another one. Cream. So yeah, I mean that's a lot. That's billions of dollars locked away because people are betting that Ethereum is going to be going going up. I mean, why else would they put all that in and lock it away to where they can't use it? So there's other projects too that stake. Tezos, Algorand, Cosmos. Some applications will allow you to stake assets that don't normally allow staking, or at least, you know, if you hold it in their exchange or their wallet, you earn an APY. So there's different ways. Now here's a very interesting conversation. Thank you everybody coming over from Crypto Mikkel. Is the tax situation, right? So most of us have done taxes. If not, you should be getting ready to wrap up your taxes or getting close to. And there's a tricky cryptocurrency question on your tax return. You're playing with fire if you don't report it. The IRS has issued a warning about the how to answer the cryptocurrency question on the front page of your tax return. You may respond no if you bought and held cryptocurrency with US dollars or transferred digital assets between your wallets. However, you'll need to check yes if you sold cryptocurrency, exchanged one virtual currency for another, used it for purchases, received it as payment, acquired it through mining or staking or like an NFT airdrop or whatever it may be. The IRS has issued warnings about these, right? And so you'll need to respond yes or no to that question, regardless of whether you engage in a transaction in 2021 or not. And the wrong response may flag your return. Here's the actual question right here. At any time during 2021, did you receive, sell, exchange, or otherwise dispose of any financial interest in any virtual currency? Okay? Be very careful with that. Even though you're like, oh, you know, they can't track it, they can't do this, they can't do that. You know, there's ways to get things done if they really want to. As depending on here's what I would say. I got to be very careful because I'm not a tax professional, I'm not a CPA, this is not financial advice, but if you're trying to hide that money and you're a big guy or a big girl and you got big money, you're going to get caught. Now, if you're a small fish and you mistakenly choose the wrong option, you may get a little slap on the wrist and you're just going to have to pay back stuff, but I would recommend reporting it and just be as forthcoming as possible. The question reads, at any time during 21, I reread that to you. You may respond no if you bought and held cryptocurrency with US dollars or transferred digital assets between your wallets. However, you'll need to say yes if you sold, exchanged, yada, yada, yada. And if you check yes, you're flagging yourself. And the IRS is going to be looking for some sort of capital gains or loss in your Schedule D, explaining how a mismatch may trigger a manual IRS review. So yes automatically flags you, and the potential of being reviewed gets higher. But I would do yes regardless, just to be safe. If you don't report taxable crypto activities and face an IRS audit, you may incur interest, penalties, or other criminal charges. It may be considered tax evasion or fraud. While the chances of IRS scrutiny are lower due to the limited staffing of the agency, officials may pursue larger amounts of money. For example, there's a big difference between buying Bitcoin in 2012 and cashing out millions of dollars in 2021 versus small trades for $100 profit. But you have to disclose everything, regardless. If you don't, you're playing with fire if you don't report it. So, I mean, we talked about taxes in the past. There's all kinds of great tools out there. If you look in my description, I think it's in my description. Crypto Mikkel, what do you use? Do you use Coinly or CoinTracker.io? So I use CoinTracker.io, but Coinly's good and cheaper to track, you know, your situation, your what's going on. So CoinTracker.io is one. I'm dropping that in the live chat, and I will get to some questions or any ats. If you want my attention, at me, super chat, whatever. I'll get to it in a moment. But yeah, so CoinTracker.io is one. Coinly is another, and my buddy Max Voltage, what is it, .io? Yeah. And there you go. And you can it automatically integrates to various exchanges, wallets, stuff like that, pulls transactions, and helps you do all the stuff. You know, it is kind of free to set up, but in order to report how many transactions, depending on the amount of transactions, stuff like that, you're gonna have to get like a paid service. So just be mindful of that. The average Ethereum fee right now is $2.42, 57 cents on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's backing up right now. Whoa, that's the first time I've seen that. It's not as backed up as Ethereum, but it's most certainly picking up. Man, that's a long line. Holy crap, there you go. That's not even the end. You see it still continues. Alright. Alright, let's go back here. So, Magic Lucky, that was the amount locked in September 21. It's way higher than 30 billion. Okay, so it's over 30 billion in Ethereum stake now. That was in September 2021. Thank you, Magic. I figured it was an older article. So we say yes to that, SerpentX Tech, considering the government wants your input on electricity, input output for mining. Yeah. Oh, never mind. That is all confusing. Yeah, it is very confusing. So taxes are very confusing, which is why. Even in the article, they mentioned consulting your local CPA or whatever you got, tax professional, because doing taxes on crypto is confusing. And that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure you understand. This is new, not only to the government, but to the individuals. So I have a feeling, say, for example, you do your taxes, you get audited, and you get a letter from the IRS. And it's just like, you know, we see blah, 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 you owe this much. You can reach out and be like, hey, well, in the documentation, it didn't make it clear. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And I think a lot of the tax professionals in the industry they have a better understanding, but they do agree with much of the community saying that it needs more clarity. There needs to be more clarity on certain situations because it doesn't cover every single crypto situation, whether it's an airdrop because of this and that. You know, I send cryptocurrency from my wallet to another wallet. The exchange might see it automatically, so you got to take that out manually. You know, I earn mining rewards, you know, but the way I'm mining, because I'm mining to Coinbase or whatever through NiceHash, it automatically sees that as a transaction. No, it's, you know, it's mining payments. Like, there's a lot of gray areas. And the bad thing is the smarter people know how to get around it through loopholes, while the average individual is confused by taxes. And it needs more clarity. But it's not just you, the average consumer, that needs more clarity on the crypto tax situation. It's the actual professionals in the industry that are working hard to tell the government, yo, you need to fix this. Yo, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. This shouldn't be taxed. This should be taxed. You shouldn't do this. Like, there's a lot of fine-tuning that needs to be done. And various countries are taking things differently. Like, it's about to get even more complicated. Some goblin loser, I don't know. Like, watch. Let me go over the next two ones. But let's check chat real quick. So, Mr. Punquera, I don't want to say, did my taxes that had to put down coin dates, so gains and losses. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. All right. What's up, Miguel de Jesus? I reported everything, claimed good job. LOL, if something's wrong, it's not me. Yeah. Dollar per mega hash. How do you calculate dollar per mega hash? Are we talking about from a tax perspective or just like hash rate? Because it depends on the price of the coin, but you just basically, so you get the efficiency, right? You divide the, what is it, the hash rate by the power. Hang on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. So we're getting 32 mega hash divided by 70 watts. Okay, 0.045. And then you times that by whatever the 24 hours. So over 24 hours, that 3060 or whatever card would make $7 or $2 or $1, whatever. Obviously, you divide that by 24. I think you times it too. It's a bunch of math. All right, I haven't finished my coffee yet. Give me some time, Miguel. If anybody wants to answer in the chat, please do. Can you amortize mining GPUs? Can Can you, what? I don't understand the question, Joe. Can you amortize mining GPUs? Can you speak to that a little bit? Let me even go look up this word. Anybody know what the amortize is? What the heck does that mean? Amortize. I can't even copy it. Gradually write off the initial cost and asset over a period. Reduce or pay off a debt in regular payments. So you can, wait. Reduce or pay off a debt with regular payments. So the whole, like, mining, right? You go to whattomine.com, or not, whoa. Whattomine.com, and you can, that's your ROI, right? Let's say we got one 6900 XT, right? It will make X amount a day. We find out what the hardware cost of the RX 6900 XT is. It's actually down. Let's say 1100. It's actually down pretty good. So let's say the hardware cost is 1100. The fees is 1%. We calculate. It would take us 482 days to pay it off over time. So what are we talking about? What are you talking about, Joe? Did I misunderstand amortize? Reduce or pay off debt with regular payments. Gradually write off the initial costs of an asset over a period. Yeah. So technically, yeah. You put in your hardware. You find out what the overall hash rate is on a particular algorithm. The hard part is the algorithms are not going to be Ethereum is not going to be always mineable. That's the hard part. We're switching over soon. The merge is going away. What's cool is two miners. Let's go find it real quick. So Twitter, two miners. Two miners has now allowed users to mine Ethereum Classic, but get paid in Bitcoin, just like you would to do with Ethereum. You can mine Ethereum Classic and get paid in Bitcoin, both on pool and solo. That's pretty nice. So with the merge coming, you're gonna have to turn to some of these other crypto assets in order to pay off or get a return on your investment for the GPUs, mining rigs, hardware that you invest in. So yeah, getting back what you spent is possible. How long that would take is a completely different story. So it was 482 days, but the merge is going to happen. So let's go to Ethereum Classic, and Ethereum Classic isn't always going to be around the same price. It could dip down, and it's going to take even longer. But if we calculate 577 days for the 6900 XT. Now you times that by X amount of GPUs, the overall hash rate, the overall power, the overall cost, and not only the electric cost, right? 10 cents per kilowatt hour is the average here in the US, but in some countries it's 22. It's really crazy in some other countries. The fees, the hardware costs, and then I will help you get the information. Whattomine.com is a great resource one can use to identify what the heck is going on. This is something that we all talk about. Writing off GPUs to offset the crypto gains. There you go. Thank you. All right. So I was like, wait a second. What is he? Don't use big words on me, Joe. Actually writing off the GPUs to offset the crypto gains. If you bought the GPUs under the business account, right? Like you have a business account and you're mining to an account KYC that's under business, then technically yes, you can use the amount of money you spent or the initial investment you spent on the GPUs to offset some of those crypto capital gains. Yes, 100%. How am I? I don't know. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax professional. So Joe's asking because he bought all the cards last year, but most of the profits are realized this year. Yeah. But you should still be able to be like, I spent, because you got the receipts for those GPUs you purchased. You should be able to itemize that, add that to the cost of the business, and that should, in theory, offset. It may not take away. It won't be like it will take it directly away from the capital gains of your crypto. But that should, in theory, give you back some to make up for some of those capital gains. Yeah, but Joe, that's a very good question, and I wouldn't be able to speak to it fully. I would say we need to get a tax professional. Miguel, no, I'm not expanding. I'm just growing the channel, and mining hardware is. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I might expand a little bit more, but I always stayed small and at home, which I'm perfectly fine with. So, but moving on. Coinbase is requiring recipient information for crypto transfers from users in Canada, Singapore, and Japan. Now, this is a big thing because cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase will soon require its customers in Canada, sorry, my Canadian brothers and sisters, Japan, and Singapore, who send cryptocurrency to another financial institution or exchange to provide the name, address, and in case of Japan, the destination wallet of the recipient. Coinbase has been sending notices to its customers in those countries that changes will take effect in early April in order to comply with local travel rules in those places. Joe, sorry, buddy. You know who I would hang on to that question for? When Misfit Mining comes on, we should actually, I want to ask Max Voltage. It's probably not going to come out. This guy right here. Max Voltage. When he comes on Misfit Mining with chump change and stuff like that, ask him. Let's see what he says. Because honestly, when it comes to Ethereum, I lean on Bits Be Trippin' and Max Voltage, but I also pay attention to the devs. When it comes to taxes, I'm not an expert. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax professional, which is why I would recommend consulting one. But some information that Max has provided actually helped me out in my past tax video. But that was more on like reporting taxes, the tools to use like Coinly, CoinTracker. What you're talking about is using the overall cost to buy your hardware to offset the capital gains you would on the crypto. And that's actually what a lot of people do. But how do you do that is a good question. And I would assume, you know, if I did everything under my business, right? If I did the YouTube channel was under a specific business ID, the mining was under a specific business or EIN, everything was under that business, I could technically, add the cost because you can calculate what you're having to invest for your business into your overall taxes, but it wouldn't correlate directly with your capital gains. It would just be something separate. Like your money would go up. The overall money that you would get would go up depending on, how much you had to invest and stuff like that for your overall business. So very interesting question. I'm getting sidetracked here. I really do apologize for that. Usually I stay pretty much on topic, but that was a very good question that Joe brought up. If you have any insight, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Obviously, you're not a tax professional. Unless you are, please provide your information. But be careful with all the craziness and stuff that's going out there and just consult your local professional. Anyways, the move does not seem to be going over well as Coinbase users in those countries who value the anonymity of their transactions using cryptocurrency. According to the FAQ provided by Coinbase, the Canadian users sending more than 1,000 CAD, or about $800 in crypto, to a financial entity or other crypto exchange will require the name and address of the recipient. This will take effect starting April 4th. Coinbase said, citing Canada's FinTrack rules as a reason for the change. That sucks. Good morning, MC. All right. For users in Singapore, all crypto transfers from Coinbase user exchange wallet to an outside address will require the recipient's full name and country of residence. This will take effect April 1st. And in Japan, all transfers of crypto assets to recipients outside Japan must include the recipient's name, address, and destination wallet. That is crazy. That's a lot of KYC. So as things grow, Coinbase is being pressured by various countries, entities, or exchanges overall have been getting pressured by various countries to provide certain information or to have this information, right? We can get mad at them all we want, but really it's our countries that are pressuring them. And India passes what some people call a stiff crypto tax law despite industry uproar. Now, I'm not a professional on government in taxes whatsoever, but let's just hear it out, right? So we got a lot of changes going on as crypto adoption is still ongoing, but Indians will begin paying capital gains tax of 30%. 30%, that's a lot, on crypto transactions in just 1 week after Parliament passed a controversial tax proposal on Friday, sparking uproar and disappointment among those in the country's crypto industry. In addition to capital gains tax, Indians buying or selling crypto will have to pay a 1% tax deducted at source, or TDS, as well as taxes on crypto gifts, with no ability to take deductions for losses. That's messed up. The crypto taxes will come into effect on April 1st, while the TDS will start on July 1st. The finance minister, I can't say their name, sorry, introduced the proposal and steered it through the lower house of parliament, while the upper house can and did make suggestions. Its role in the financial legislation in India is minimal. More than 20 members of the lower house of parliament reacted strongly to the bill, criticizing the lack of clarity and defining crypto in the bill, with the several members of parliament saying that the crypto taxes will finish the industry. The prime minister, I believe that's who it is, the financial minister, responded by saying there is no confusing signal, and we have been very clear that consultations are going on as to whether we want to regulate it to some extent or really very much or totally just ban it. She said that the government is taxing crypto because people are profiting from it. She also said that the TDS is more for tracking. It is not an additional or new tax, and that TDS can always be reconciled with the total tax to be paid to the government. This is not conducive for government or the crypto ecosystem of India. It is poised to do more harm than good, says a prominent crypto voices in India and co-founder and CEO of Wazirx. WAZIRX, one of India's largest crypto exchanges. This can result in cascading participation in Indian exchanges and lead to a rise in capital outflow to foreign exchanges, leaving the country, going to other exchanges. Witnessing no amendments to the crypto taxation policy have discouraged firms and investors from investing in the volatile market. This will hamper the overall growth of the sector by reducing mass adoption and validation, says the CEO and founder of the NFT marketplace, Coloniexon Ion thing, whatever, right? Anyways, global exchange OKX, I could say that, was the rare entity that saw the bright side in the passage of the bill. A tax on certain assets indicates that those assets are recognized, tradable asset class by the regulator. That gives the industry a lot more clarity on the legal status of crypto and its derived income. Hence, it's good news for the industry in India and with respect to building a more regulated operating environment for crypto, says the director of OKX. So, I don't know, man. Like, we want mass adoption, but this is what we get when we get mass adoption. We get countries doing things that could potentially have a negative impact on the overall industry. Will it kill the industry? I don't know. It's been banned in China. Some countries has taken over as legal tender, like El Salvador. Don't forget, was it Madagascar? No, who was it that first started using it? It was a pop quiz. And I know the answer you're going to give. It's not the answer you're going to give. It's something else. But yeah, anyways, this guy has some negative implications. And moving on to this chart shows how cryptocurrency interest has plunged. We can certainly tell that cryptocurrency interest has plunged, but it feels like 2022 has been a little less exciting for crypto space. Your instinct may not be too far off. Judging by Google search trends, interest in cryptocurrencies have hit a short-term peak. Global interest in virtual currencies like Bitcoin USD or Ethereum ETH USD are 70% below their 2021 highs, according to the new data from DataTrek. Query volumes from NFTs are also pretty weak at 65% lower than their January 2022 highs. You can see the chart here. If you're interested in this space, we recommend waiting for search interest to pick up. Like all new technologies, these only grow in value when adoption rates increase quickly, and even then, they are tricky. So, people who have mining channels like myself, or not mining channels because I'm not just mining, but some of the content that I'm making is not getting as much views, and I'm not the only one that sees the downtrend in the overall place. Even the tech tubers are seeing a downtrend in overall views compared to what they normally see. Given the industry is still all jacked up, but the mining industry, the crypto industry, that's just not as interesting anymore. People are always moving on to the next phase of their life, their next hotness. Maybe Beanie Babies are coming in, and then it'll blow up, and then it'll die off again. As for primary crypto exposed stocks, their prices are reflected by the lack of enthusiasm. Coinbase shares are down 26% on the year. Robinhood shed 24%, and PayPal is down 37%, as Block has declined 12%. Crypto experts believe the tepid action in the space reflects uncertainty on the Federal Reserve policy, industry regulation, and the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Risk asset remain volatile and result in likely continued uncertainty over the next few months, says Chris Mata, president and crypto asset manager of 3iQ US. Crypto falls in a bucket as we stay in a more risk-off environment. I really could care less. It's not that bad. BlackRock Fink says Russian-Ukraine war could accelerate the use of cryptocurrencies. Well, it certainly is being utilized, right? Because you got cryptocurrencies being used to help protect some people in Russia, protect their wealth, protect, they may not agree with what's going on, but they're getting hurt by the whole situation. And then we also have the Ukrainians who are getting donations through various means and using that cryptocurrency to support their military, feed their people and stuff like that. So, it's definitely accelerated the use of cryptocurrencies. Given the fact that so many millions have been sent abroad, it's interesting to see that the market is still relatively moving upwards, slowly but surely, but it's still relatively moving upwards. So we'll see how things goes. But yeah, so it's a big example of how cryptocurrencies could be utilized in a positive way. Obviously, there's a bunch of negatives, but as many as people want to be like, it's for money laundering, dude, money laundering is used all the time in the U.S. dollar or the fiat currency. So I don't want to hear that crap. Shut up. Anyways, yeah. So the rest of these articles I didn't really link in the description. But we can go ahead and go through it. We've got 15 minutes left. Probably might wrap up a little bit early because today I will be joining Tech Shinji and Andrew for their Tech Torrent podcast. If you want to check that out, I'm going to put it in the live chat, and I will be checking out chat here in just a minute. But yeah, I will be on there with them as a guest. Starts around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll make sure to tweet that out. And I also got to pick the winners for the Gleam.io giveaway. 3 winners will be picked for Bitcoin. First place, second place, third place. So we'll see how things go. What's up, Seb? Keith? You guys just chatting with each other? All right, good. You guys are good. All right, moving on. Making crypto fortunes easy, but here are 5 rules to keep it. I don't understand it. To keep it. So this is opinion. I wouldn't say like this is a rule of thumb. This is just opinion. Rule 1: no one ever went broke taking profits. Now that's true, right? So if the initial investment you're in has made you pretty good gains, there's no harm in taking profit. Take 10%, 25%, 50%, whatever you want. Depending on the project and what your initial investment is. But taking profits is not a bad idea. A lot of people want to hodl. Things pass them by and they're still hanging on. And then, it doesn't, that peak that they were waiting for the cryptocurrency to surpass never comes back. And it just sits and it flatlines and that's it. So don't be afraid to take profits. Pay bills, take care of your family, do whatever you need to. Don't FOMO. There's always another coin. I wouldn't say don't FOMO. There's always another coin, but just don't FOMO in general, right? There is another coin, right? Everybody's like, oh man, I miss Dogecoin. Oh man, I miss Shiba Inu. Oh man, I miss, dude. Yes, there's other coins out there. There's a lot of shit S coins, but yeah, just be careful. Not all coins are the same. Ape coin's still around $13. For those of you who got Ape because you traded on OpenSea or in the Board 8 Yacht Club or whatever, congrats. You got a lot of money in Ape coin. You suck. No, congrats, seriously. Anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of S coins. Obviously, we go to, what's trading, biggest gainers, biggest losers, stuff like that. Some things will pop off. Some coins you just be like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? What the hell am I looking at? And it's very hard to kind of just be like, oh yeah, that's gonna be the next coin that takes off, man. Yeah, looking at some of these coins, Elo Inu only has $150,000 in 24-hour volume. It's up 512%. And look at that price. Look how many digits it's back. Like you can't look at. Oh my gosh, come on. So everybody's trying to like find these S coin that's like going to blow up, and they're trying to time the market. But again, time in the market beats time in the market, as many crypto personnel talk about. So yeah, don't FOMO. Don't FOMO. The best non-financial advice I could say to anybody is like, say I'm gonna tell my mom is dollar cost average in. A little bit here, a little bit there. Don't spend more than you're willing to lose. Number 3 on this so-called article is it isn't going to be like last time. What are they saying here? All right, 2021, this is the belief that led to year-long proclamation that Bitcoin was going to 100K and beyond. It only topped out at 69K and limped to the close of the year without any sign of higher anticipation blow off top. Over the course of the year, the market has compared to the 2017 bull rally, when the 2013 rally, and finally a combination of two rallies. Our chartists struggle to explain in which part the cycle the market was and where it would go next. In the end, 2021, yada yada yada. What are you trying to? What is the point here? The main takeaway is not to expect the market to perform as it has previously and focus on trading the market you have. Thank you. You could have said that like 2-3 paragraphs up. Number 4, play trend cycles carefully. I don't like that. Trend cycles like meme coin stocks, stonks, whatever. NFTs, play to earn gaming. Play those trends carefully, right? We know play to earn gaming is picking up. We know NFTs are hot. We know dApps, DeFi is hot, but everybody's just metaverse. When metaverse popped out, it was like metaverse. Everything was metaverse. It was driving me nuts. My wife was like, if I hear one more thing about the metaverse, I'm gonna punch you in the face. It's like, it's not my fault. Promise you. So rule number 5, don't spend all your time focusing on the crypto market. Honestly, that's honestly a good idea. If you're sitting there looking at your phone, looking at the chart 24/7, guys, you're gonna drain yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like I said, DCA. Not only DCA Adventure, great channel, go check them out. Make sure you get subscribed. But dollar cost average. Every time you get a check, I'm gonna put 10 in, 20 in, 25 in, 50 in, whatever, into some of the top cryptocurrencies. Again, not financial advice, and you probably do better than trying to be like, oh, there's that S coin that I was looking for that's gonna make me a millionaire overnight. No, don't do that. Speaking of meme stonks, Gamestop Gamestop Taproot for beta NFT marketplace. So this is why Loopring took off. And I was wondering why. I was like, what the is Loopring doing? Like what's going on here? Why is it pumping? What did I miss? And apparently it's because GameStop chose Loopring instead of Immutable X as their kind of like beta NFT launch. Look at that jump, guys. It was like, all right, I'm sitting here. It's $1.06. It's $1.07. He's like, cool. $1.16. $1.17. Now that doesn't look like much, but when you got thousands of millions of loot ring, that's a nice little penny. So, yeah, so the NFT marketplace has launched in beta, but it arrives in surprise. It will be powered by Loop Ring instead of Immutable X, recently announced partner. Both networks will eventually support GameStop's NFT marketplace once it goes fully live by July. The beta deal is clearly a big win for Loop Ring. As for gamers themselves, who've become more vocally anti-NFT in recent months, that's another story. Both networks are souped up layer 2 Ethereums. Anyways, yeah. So, Loot Ring popped off. Things went good. And that's where we're at. So right now, currently, Bitcoin is around $44,294. Almost 43. We say 44.3K. Jeez, loves me. 3,100 on Ethereum. Solana's 101. Avalanche 86. DOT $20. BNB 413. Cardano or ADA, $1.13. XRP, 83 cents. And you can see all the rest there, yada, yada, yada. Transactions, meh. Have they gotten better? I don't know. Let's go look up the EVGA. It went up, just in our live stream, it went up $1. Ethereum, gas fees. Gas fees. Where we at? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That does drive me up the wall because you get, there's a gas limit on OpenSea, right? You're gonna spend $20-something to post something on OpenSea, and that really sucks. That really does suck. Because I was trying to do that. Remember that Easter egg hunt giveaway thing, so I could raise some money for some veterans to sponsor them and getting their card. It's going to cost me like $30 to put one for sale starting at like $15. I don't want to do that to you guys. So I'm trying to figure out something. And like I said, if I figure out something, I'll do it on Twitter. Otherwise, I'll figure out a different way to try to raise money so I could sponsor. Otherwise, I'll just pay for it myself. Just eat the cost because it's just a good thing. It's always good to do nice things for people. Anyways, that's today's randomness. Oh, what's up, Dizzy Mining? How you doing? All right. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of ways that money goes to terrorism, Mason. You could do it in good old-fashioned U.S. dollars. You could print off some fake currency. Shoot, you can mint some fake currency if you know the people at Tether, which have been under huge scrutiny. USDT. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be fraud and money laundering and all kinds of stuff. But the bigger impact of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, in my opinion, is that the average consumer. You can bank the unbanked. The average consumer can get involved. Yes, it requires an internet connection, but as many people are like, oh, the government's gonna shut down the internet and you guys can't use your thing anymore. Bro, they did that in Egypt. We the people got it working again. There's always a way around it. So we'll see how things go. So, no last minute questions. Everybody just seems to be chatting with each other, which is perfectly fine. There's no problem with that. Make sure you check out the Tech Torrent podcast that I linked earlier. I'll be hanging out with Tech Shinji and Andrew. And yeah, if there's no further questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. A Dude R coin for $1 to $2 pirate coin, and I was about to mine it before the pump. You talking about, hang on, I think I know what coin you're talking about. Pirate chain? Talking about pirate chain? Hang on. So you missed the so Keith says you missed the ergo pump. Then pirate went from $1 to $2 and I was about to mine it before the pump. So what algo is that? Let's go look it up on mining poolstats.stream. ARR. Pirate chain. Okay. It's Equihash. Okay. And what happened, Keith? Yeah, my wife hates it when I buy GPUs, especially when I don't tell her. And she comes home and it's just like GPUs, a couple, like 1 or 2 boxes. She's like, "Did you buy another one?" Like, "Yes, baby." Why? Because I want more GPUs. I want more hash rate. Yeah. Dizzy Mining doing great. I hope you're doing well. Looking forward to see what happens at the 3090 Ti. 3090 Ti. Or TI, as it's properly called. So Bitcoin transactions cleared up. That's nice. All that congestion that we had at the beginning of the stream. But Ethereum, not so much. Looks pretty congested. But it's getting the transactions that pay the most. Yeah, R went up pretty good. So if you were mining it and you got a pretty penny, you know, when it was around $1, shoot, even just like 69 cents, 70 cents, and then it's up to $2. That's pretty good profit. You know, take some profits if you mine that. Since it's Equihash, most of us should be able to mine it. Zach, nice. Well, they have that too. You can have that and hash rate. How about that? There you go. You have your hash, and then you have your hash rates. Always say this is the last one, and then I get some more GPUs. Yep, it's an addiction. It keeps growing. Hence the rise, you know, GPUs as a whole. GPU mining started out for me as just a little hobby, and then it's just slowly snowballed into this bigger and bigger thing. Actually, Mason, you should see what it looks like now. I have to send you a picture. But yeah. So guys, the Gleam.io giveaway is done. For the winners, you got 48 hours to respond to my email with the information requested. It's not going to be any type of crazy KYC. It's not a scam. Just emailing you from my official email. I need the information so I can send you your Bitcoin. You got 48 hours to respond. If you don't, I'm going to pick a different winner and then move on from there. Stay tuned for other giveaways in the future as the channel continues to grow. Make sure to check out links in the description, you know, for the articles that we went over today, because they may do a little bit more. If you read it yourself, you may actually see something I did not. And thank you for hanging out and watching as always. But that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. I do thank you for stopping by. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. As well as check out additional links. I do have an Amazon store now as well. I don't have it completely set up the way I would like it, but it's a thing in progress. As well as additional links that help support the channel and what we do here. So you all take care of yourself, Dizzy Mining. I look forward to any updates that you might have or bring out. I'll talk to you offline. If you want to get into the Discord, which is very quiet, not as crowded and crazy and scammy and fishy as others might be, you have to join. It is behind a paywall. Make sure to go check out that link like MC just did. He has access to the Discord just by being a member of the channel. It doesn't matter which tier. Any tier will get you access to the Discord. We need to get more people in there. I may open up some invites, but also members do get randomly selected, like Davenport Tuber, to get some Bitcoin. So Davenport Tuber, who was a member of the channel for a while, is going to get some Bitcoin just for being a member. And then 3 other people are also going to get some Bitcoin because of the Gleam.io 20K giveaway. So you don't really have to do much to win some stuff. I know it's not a video card. I'm not sending you a 3080. I'm sorry. But when the channel gets bigger, maybe we'll do something like that if we get some sponsored content or partners. So anyways, guys, you all have yourself a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out dogelord.com for SerpentX merch and Dogelord coffee. Cheers.